I've been waiting to go live since yesterday. All of the snowing and all of that stuff for my preparations on Monday sort of overcapacitated my time frame. So, with no further ado, I want to talk boxing. I want to talk Shakur Stevenson, Terrence Bud Crawford, Shushu Carrington. I want to talk Devin Haney. I want to talk Pitbull Cruz. I want to talk Teofimo Lopez. Just all the guys in general. I just want to bring everything to a head and an understanding as of what makes sense as far as like what boxers supposed to be fighting, what boxers, and just basically having a dialogue with this boxing stuff about what's going on right now. And since Shakur Stevenson last went over Teofimo Lopez, which I really always felt that Teofimo.
The back is a lot of traffic.
Excuse me. I felt Teofimo Lopez. I felt Teofimo Lopez was a D plus fighter. So at the end of the day,
Going into the street, or is it blocking scan from moving?
at the end of the day, I always felt that Teofimo Lopez is a D plus fighter, and he has no real mechanics in his toolbox. So with that being said,
Oh my God, Commando.
do I credit Shakur Stevenson for an easy win? Yes, because he went in there, he still had to train, he still had to be on point, he still had to be vigilant. But does he get credit as him beating up like a regular boxer like Lamont Roach, Pitbull Cruz or something? Nah, I can't give him no credit on that skill level. Even though Teofimo has a lot of accolades, he's a one trick pony, and depending on what you're seeing now, yeah. So basically, my other live stream was pulled. I don't know what it is. It must be the security location that I'm in. And all of the IT effects, excuse me, I am very exhausted. I'm very, under the sleep thing, under my fast thing. A lot of stuff going on right now. But what I could truly say is, shouts out to Teofimo and Lopez and Shakur for making the fight. But I really don't feel as though that Teofimo really trained for that fight, just as well as I feel as though that Earl Spence didn't train for Bud Crawford. Not that it would have changed the outcome on either fights, but it just sucks when you get those fights and you expecting your guys to train and come and put on a spectacular performance, and it's just a one-sided ass whooping. Pardon my language during the month of Ramadan, but it's just a one-sided butt whooping on the behalf of whoever's delivering a butt whooping. So, but to make a long story short, I would want to see some engagement things coming from. I would like to see some engagement coming from like Lamont Roach. I would like to see Lamont Roach fight a Shakur Stevenson. I would like to see Devin Haney fight Keyshawn Davis. I would like to see Ryan Garcia fight Shakur Stevenson or Lamont Roach, either one of those two. Even though I know those guys can get down to business. That's a lot of other things that I see that I really feel as though that I feel that in order for these guys to make good fights, I really feel as though that before they get like Tank Davis fights and all that stuff, like Lamont Roach, Tank said that was going to be one of his hardest fights on paper. And truth be told, that was one of his hardest fights. Lamont Roach really brought his A game with him that day. Not only did he bring his A game with him, he brought his power, so on and so forth. So with that being said, I know for a fact that Lamont Roach is a technician at what he does. I know Shakur Stevenson is a technician at what he does, and I know Javante Tank Davis is a technician at what he does. A lot of fighters that Tank fought, though, respectfully, and not speaking because I'm a Tank fan, and even though Tank is even though we see Tank as the number one guy to beat, and everybody want to pardon him, a lot of people are writing him off because he's having a lot of personal problems, and I don't feel as though it's fair when fighters struggle and go through certain real issues in life, and they try to compare that with their championship thinking ability inside and outside of the ring, because sometimes shit just happens in life. So people can't be like, oh, on a pedestal or so. I say, people can't be on a pedestal or so saying, oh, things are going to be like this or things are going to be like that, when things are actually not going to be like this or not going to be like that. You're going to get those hard fights. You're going to get, styles make fights, and that's one thing that we're going to stress. But I do believe that Ryan Garcia would give Shakur Stevenson a lot of problems, not far as distance control and all that stuff, just as far as hand speed. If Ryan Garcia can touch Shakur Stevenson one time after seeing what that was his name, William Cepeda, touch Shakur chin, and I seen he almost lost his legs. But every fighter gets buckled sometimes, even the best of us. But I'm going to say this. I think that if Ryan Garcia touched Shakur somewhere, he's going to go down. I think if Ryan Garcia touched Keyshawn Davidson somewhere, he's going to go down. It's just a lot of more interesting fights that we should be able to see, instead of like Teofimo Lopez and all these other fighters. Just like you got Shushu Carrington, he's a good fighter. You got Inoue at 128, I believe. He's a good fighter. To get somebody to fight Inoue, Shushu Carrington was asking for the Taz to fight Inoue. I think that'd be a good back and forth, because either one of them wouldn't be able to get hit in that sequence. So it'd be about who's putting out more input. Excuse me. As far as defense, it'd be who putting out more input in defense and sequence. Do I want to see Terrence Bud Crawford come back? Yeah, no. No on the business side, because there's no more money that they really could offer Terrence Crawford. A fight that would make sense for him to fight. If that makes sense for him to fight, is like anything else, he'd be selling himself short of his legacy. You know what I'm saying? So for him to eliminate all of the top guys and us to want him to fight these little squirrels and peanuts and fruit eaters, it don't really make sense for Terrence Bud Crawford to really fight an Earl Spence again, or Boots Ennis, or some of those guys at 54, because Terrence already proved that his skill set is on another level. He already proved that these guys can't do nothing with him in there. He's just provable. But as far as like Shakur Stevenson and Lamont Roach, they still got a lot more proving to do. Lamont Roach, Shakur Stevenson, Pitbull Cruz, they got a lot more proving to do. And when you see that fighters got a lot more proving to do, you don't want to don't want to fight into believing that they this spectacular fighter and they're going to handle themselves with such extravagance and all that stuff when you only going to get that type of a fight out of them. So, you know, respectfully saying and humbly saying, like, you know, I would like to see those guys become more robust in the fighter world. Because it seems like all of the transparency is there for these guys right now. It just don't seem like as far as all of the elevation wise and fighting over things that matter, that seems like that's not what's there. But everything else, my fault. But as far as everything else is there. So I really can't say this or say that. I'll talk about, you know, different other topics because we want to see the guys that rumble and thunder. We want to see those guys rumble and thunder. We don't want to, you know what I mean? We don't want to see these struggle matches where one guy is so more superior than the other guy. Yeah, that type of stuff doesn't cut it for me, you know. So it's like, yeah, I want to see Roach. I want to see Roach fight Tank again. I want to see Shakur Stevenson fight Roach. I want to see Shakur Stevenson fight the Rolly Romeros, the Ryan Garcias. You know what I'm saying? I want to see Devin Haney do the same. I want these boxing fighters, especially from the 130, 140, and now, you know, unbeknownst at 147, I would like to see these guys really step up their craft. I would like to see these guys really work hard. I would like to see these fights that's supposed to really happen. Like, you know what I'm saying? So with Boots away from 154, with 147, him at 154, I'd rather see Boots grow from there and all the other fighters grow from the 35 to the 40 to the 47 if possible, or maybe even 54 if they reach that strong. But right now, we're looking at a lot of performances. Go for Hadi. Copy that. Word. Hold. But yeah, with that being said, I'm going to end this live stream. I'm going to get back up with you guys later. We're going to talk more. I get on a better Wi-Fi system. Because at work, we got so many texts and security things. It's really hard to shoot the content. So I'll see you guys later. Huh? Not today. I fell short today. I was shoveling.